right, we'll just go ahead and get things started. I've been asking a few of your teammates this, but just what's a fun fact about you outside of football?
I love to collect Mountain Dew. I got a big collection. Actually, you want a picture of it?
This is show and tell, man.
It's
like we're back in elementary
A video
school.
of the back, I'll give you the picture. Can we text it to you or just put it up to the camera?
We can just see it. That would be great. But
I've never heard of a Mountain Dew collection.
I actually just started one here in my dorm room. But let me find the big one.
Is it ones that you've drank or is it empty?
Well, I
cans
always
of-
buy two, or at
Okay.
least two. So here it is. All sorts of different flavors.
everyone can.
Got a color coded.
Like I've heard beer
wow.
can collections and things like. Do you collect like all different kinds of Mountain Dew stuff?
No, usually just a drink. I did extend it to chips. There was a new Doritos flavor that was like a Mountain Dew collab I found yesterday. So that one's in the new collection. But usually it's just drinks.
So you do go through all of the Mountain Dew. They're not just for display. Like you do actually get to all of them at some point.
I mean, usually I'll buy two. I'll drink one whenever I get it, and then I'll just keep the other one to sit. And I have like probably 20 boxes of cans of different flavors in my closet. So every now and then,
What inspired this?
I honestly don't know. I think I just like one day walked into a gas station and saw there were like 5 different colors of Mountain Dew, and I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing. And so from then on out, I just bought every new Mountain Dew I could find.
Now, with the weight regiment that you guys are on, what kind of cap do you have on Mountain Dews and Doritos?
Well, I've got some Diet Mountain Dew in the dorm, so hopefully not put on too many extra calories with that. But
There's no Diet Doritos
I don't really
out
have
there.
a restriction right now because I came in like lower 260s, and so Amber was just like eat everything, and so I'm up to 270 now. And I think she wants me at 290 by camp.
So bag of Doritos a day, it's that, right?
I mean, pretty much. If I want to, I'm sure she'd be fine with it. Yeah.
So what else are you doing as far as just kind of preparing yourself for fall camp, especially since most of your class arrived in the winter and you're just getting here now?
I mean, I would say not too much extra this past weekend. Me and Leroy, my roommate, we went out and did some extra conditioning just to get ready for this week. But I feel like Coach Hess and the strength team, Coach Clem, they'll get us ready. So I'm not really worried about being behind.
What weight does Amber want you at when fall camp starts?
I think by fall camp she wants me at 290.
So you got almost 30 to gain.
Yeah.
So like 2 bags of Doritos a day then instead of 1, right?
Yeah.
3.
Maybe regular Mountain Dew too.
Is that hard?
Yeah.
The idea of having to gain that much weight? I know that it works in concert with all the weight training and
they
stuff.
have lots of food here, so it's easy to find food, but it's hard to get it down sometimes. I'm pretty much full all the time, so it's tough. But I'm slowly going up there. I'm like 270 right now.
What are some of the things you're eating on a regular basis to gain that weight?
I eat lots of beef jerky. They got some beef sticks upstairs in the players' lounge. I get like 4 of those a day. But,
You like it? A lot of people don't like that. You like it?
I love it. I love beef jerky. The Gatorade protein bars. I mean, aside from like the 3 meals a day, that's what I usually snack on the protein bars and the beef sticks.
Obviously, somewhat just different in terms of positioning, but you as well as Cruz were both named to Tennessee and Dandy Dozen. I mean, what's your relationship, if any, with him just coming in? Did you know him?
With Cruz, I mean, we didn't know each other too well. I mean, we knew each other just, kind of like through the medium. We were in the same division, and so we didn't really talk that much, but I mean, we knew we were going to the same college, and so we'd say hi every time we played, but nothing more than that.
Got you. Who are some of the older guys that you've been able to meet so far as you've been here?
I've known Eli Sutton for probably like 2 or 3 years now, because he went to BA, which is like 2 miles from my house, and so we kind of connected pretty early on, and he also used to be friends with my sister, so I met him a few times before I even knew I was coming here, but after I committed, that's when we started hanging out some more.
Did he have any sway when you coming here? Did he kind of pitch much?
No, not really. I mean, whenever I was going through the process of deciding, he came over to my house one time. We talked about it a little bit, but I mean, he didn't really push too hard or anything. It was, I'd say my decision.
If I have it correct, did your dad go to law school at UNC?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
I think like maybe like in like mid-90s. Yeah.
So did you grow up a North Carolina fan?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I try not to let that swing me too
Right.
much. I mean, I was considering Duke heavily, so
Yeah,
I try to take all that out of it. But UNC is just better, so.
for sure. And when you were, taking your visits and, doing those things, what were some of the things that kind of stood out to you about North Carolina, and what kind of made you say, this is somewhere I can see myself for the next few
Yeah.
years?
Well, I mean, I was looking mainly at the ACC, so most places had pretty good academics. Although I feel like the athletics were probably the best here, and like I think UNC, out of the schools I was looking at in ACC, they fill up the stadium, whereas other teams don't. So it's like it feels like it's just like the community is more behind the team, whereas other places like they can't fill up the stadium. So
Was there a reason you were looking at ACC in particular, like as opposed to a different conference? Like, was there a specific?
I think just the academics being so much higher like than SEC, I just think that drew me towards it.
What are you thinking, or potentially thinking of studying while you're?
Right now, I'm majoring in business, but I mean, I know anything could change once I start getting into some of those classes.
Has
So
your dad
you-
ever talked to you about law school, or is that something that
he-
didn't really draw to you?
He's kind of tried, and he's been like, "Oh, it'd be kind of cool if you were a lawyer," and I shoot him down. I don't think it's gonna happen. He's a tax lawyer too, so it's like even worse than just being a lawyer. So,
A lot of extra school, man.
yeah,
So your dad was here when Mac had this thing humming pretty well then, I guess, right?
yeah, I think so. He's told me a lot about his time here, but I kind of forgot.
What was it like for him when he first met Mac?
He was whenever he first came back.
When he first met Mac, yeah. Or when your dad met Mac when you were being recruited. Since he was the head coach here when your dad was here.
I guess he didn't really talk to me about his reaction to it, but I mean, he just coming back here, he just thought it was pretty cool, and he would like sneak off and walk around to all the places he used to go to, and half the time we couldn't even find him because he was wandering around, reminiscing about it.
Did he start pointing to different places about what he did?
Yes, he was like, "Oh, I remember that and that, or that, that building got torn down, and now that's there." All sorts of stuff.
Boring stuff, right?
Yeah, but he enjoyed it a lot.
So you played some basketball in high school?
A little bit, yeah. I played basketball pretty much my entire life up until sophomore year, and that's kind of when I started going for football more.
What was your basketball game like? What was your play style?
I was just a big man. I didn't score too many points. I was just in there to play defense and get some rebounds.
Set good screens, right?
Yeah. That was it. We actually had our head coach was John Pierce. He's the leading scorer in men's basketball. He played at Lipscomb with my dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he scored like 5,000 something points in his career.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You got 2 basketball transfers here from the Nashville area.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those guys in college? Did you ever see Kate? Did you ever go see
Was there
Belmont
one
play?
from Belmont? Is that
One
what
from Belmont,
my dad
one-
was talking about him.
and then one from Vandy?
I didn't see any of them, no. But my dad was talking about that.
Cool. We good? All right.
You guys are all good?